What's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking through how to play against the trainer. So click on GTO trainer and this will help you set up your tree. So for example, we're using button versus big blind. We're going to keep doing that. Very, very common situation that most players should be studying a lot. So 40 big blinds, 2.2x open, single raise pot. Just click the next button. And you can select a few things. So for example, you can one table or you can play up to 4 tables. For this educational content, we're going to be playing 1 table. And board texture. So this is where it gets interesting. You can actually pick the flop texture, the turn, or the river. So a bit of customization here makes it a bit more focused than what you would do if you were just randomly studying. So for this example, let's look at only monotone boards, continuing on from the theme. You can't actually have a paired monotone board, so that would actually just no flops match. They'll break the solver. And then click confirm. And here it's already recommended a bunch of sizes. Usually I like to do a custom tree here. So if you apply all of the sizes to each tree, this will be how it looks. But you want to actually pick out each sizing. So monotone board, let's use a small size. So we'll look at 20% and 33%. It's not really any larger sizes on monotone boards here. So add in a small raise size for both players. So we'll add in a 30 and a 50. Add in a small free bet. Maybe add in an all-in, but probably won't see that being used. Click on turn, so turn barrel. Let's have a turn barrel just of like 50. This bet size is important for big blind, since big blind now has the check node to think about. So this is how I will quickly build a tree most of the time. And this will get you to most of the right outputs. Like realistically, maybe I just add all in for free bet, but free bets are not going to be used too frequently on the turn. And then I like to make sure I have all in on the river in every node. And just going back here, so we gave 1 bet sizing. This is usually fine for in position. There's no need to use anything like larger. Here you could add in a 3/4 sizing just to get a range of sizes here. Big blind will usually want to have several sizes as well. And yeah, this should cover most scenarios. Like realistically, you'll just be all in by the river if you're 4-betting. So click start game. And this is where the fun begins. Alright. So we have some different modes here to talk about. You've got the God mode, the training, and the game mode. God mode just tells you what the answer is, so unless you're just trying to use the trainer to find out the answer, you mostly want to be using either the training or game mode. So ace 8 here. We've got the top pair. So we want to be betting the flop, potentially. And to think about this, the training tool helps you because it shows us, oh, look, we're mostly going to be betting this flop. So between 1/3 and 20% and checking a little bit. So you could probably guess that this hand is going to bet 1/3 most of the time, which it is in this case. It tells you that that is the correct play. And now let's say they call, we get a turn. Do we want to barrel this hand? Well, we want to probably start being more polarized, so I would check here, and we can see, oh, 91% check. So good at poker. And if we're facing a bet, what would we do? If we face a check, what would we do? This is what I like to think about before we actually get a river. This river doesn't really change too much. Some two pairs might improve, some straights might get there. And we want to go for value with top pair sometimes, but we're afraid of getting raised. So this hand is probably going half pot most of the time. Could even see it going for a check. And since I'm not actually sure, I'm just going to click Study Solver so I can have a look. So we've reached this spot. We want to know, alright, do we bet Ace-8? If we bet, what size are we going? And here, actually, we can either go for half pot or 3/4. Both sizes are actually fine. When this happens, you can actually do something like simplifying and just use half pot. So that shows you how to play the hand. You can look at other parts of your range as well. But when I'm using the trainer tool, I really like to play a scenario, have a look through the solution. If I get something wrong, so we're going to return to last game, click new hand. So yeah, if you get something wrong, always have a look at it in the solution browser. Alright, here, Ace-10-9 monotone. So we want to bet check. So again, probably a very high frequency bet. Let's use 1/3. He ended up folding. So again, let's say we wanted some feedback on our hand. Let's look at Jack-10 offsuit. And Jack-10 offsuit with a spade. This hand combo is actually doing some checking, but it's actually fine to either bet 20 or 1/3. There's not too much difference in this situation, but it's useful to know that we want to be checking this sometimes. So continuing on. Let's just say we feel like playing this as a check. So I'm going to click check, even though it's a low frequency play. And we'll get a turn card. It will show us, okay, how should we be playing the turn? How should we be playing the river? Randomizing big blinds options, obviously, as well. So we face a pot size bet here. Not a great spot with our hand. So we have a pair, but we have no spade. We have no ways to improve. So we have a pretty pure bluff catcher. I would say that we're indifferent. Okay, we're actually only folding 2% of the time. So even though we're indifferent, our hand here, Queen Jack of clubs, is still mainly a call. So if you were to always fold this, just have a look at the EV. The EV is 0.22. So it's like winning some money, but it's barely winning at all. Let's have a look at the strategy from the big blind. So they're going for a pot size bet. And let's filter the combos out. So like if I was playing against a human, I probably wouldn't be calling here. Because let's be realistic, who is going to pot with 5 deuce here? 5 deuce of hearts, 5-3 of hearts, like 20% frequency. That's probably not happening enough. Some of the spade bluffs I can see, some of the queen tens I can see maybe even too frequently, making us having a queen being a bit more of a bad combo in terms of blockers. But yeah, that's how I would use the tool to analyze and use it to warm up, evaluate how you're playing, and get better at poker.